Hey guys, today we're going to draw a house, the front of a house. And we're going to start off with, this is a demonstration of a fairly simple house from the front view. And I don't want you to be overly concerned about perspective rules and all the details, and don't worry about perfection. I want you to worry about simple shapes and building on these shapes to create detail. A little bit more complexity the more we work on it. And this is a continuation of your drawing skills through the semester. You guys are doing great. You guys are putting a lot of time and effort, and I think you've demonstrated a lot of skills during this semester so far. And this is a continuation of your understanding of proportion, composition, texture. And I want to give you a demonstration, and I will upload this image that I'm drawing to the assignment page, so you can use this, I guess, to demonstrate this assignment. But if you find another house that's interesting to you, that's fine too. But I want you to just follow along and just kind of listen, and maybe, if you'd like, draw along if you'd like. So, when I look at this house here, first, before you start drawing, study what you're looking at. So I'm looking at this image that I got online. It's flat, it's two-dimensional, it's showing on my screen in front of me. And it's made up of triangles and trapezoids and squares, rectangles, and most of it is just geometric shapes. All right, so where do we get started? So first off, I want to establish the main rectangle of the house. Not the roof, but just the basic structure, which is this long rectangle. And you can use a ruler if you want. Or just like a straight edge. I might just start off with just kind of like a light line. Here's my rectangle of my main house. Kind of loose drawing, very light drawing. And then I'm going to look at this and look at what I like to see is where's the center of this house. How do I find the center without a ruler? So I can just do diagonal lines here from the two corners. And that'll give me my approximate center. Where they meet in the middle, I just draw a vertical line, horizontal line. Look at that. So that's my center. So I can look on my image, my source image, see where's the approximate center. Okay, and there is a window there, but before we put the window there, I want to put in the porch, the roof of the porch. So try to make it as symmetrical as possible. It's the basic shape of my porch in the front here. And on top of that porch front there's a triangle, the roof angle of the triangle. So if I extend this middle line here, there we go. So there's the roof of the porch, and there's like a series of smaller triangles within that triangle, which gives you the detail of the molding, the facade, the face. And then below that, there's there's like a drop-down piece, like a long rectangle. I don't know about you guys, but I really enjoyed geometry in high school. I thought that was such a fun class. Understanding the world through geometric shapes, and also the elegance of the formulas, the degrees. And in an interesting way, oops, I made a kind of mistake already. I need to erase this in the middle here. And I'm going to, I need to save some room for my window. So I'm putting some columns up here. And again, I don't want you to be obsessed by perfect mathematical symmetry. I want you to just, as a study of these geometric shapes. And, you know, when you're learning how to draw, kind of appreciate and, you know, just enjoy the process of awkwardness, because when you're doing something awkward, that means your brain is trying to figure out, you know, how to do it correctly, and it takes multiple attempts and tries, and that's totally fine. So there's my post of my front porch area, and on the side here I'm going to draw, there's a window here. I'm going to start off with a window, basic proportion. I might make that a little bit thinner. And off to the side, there's some shutters. So I'm going to put some shutters off to the side here. And then within the window, it's divided into 4 panes. So there's a little bit framing, the framing of the window. And on the other side, how do I get the same elevation? Well, I can just draw a line, a light line goes straight across. You see that? Elevation line, elevation line. And that tells me how tall that other window should be, if you want it to be symmetrical. One second, let me check if this is recording, make sure. Ah, good, it's still recording. So the other side. I chose this one for a demonstration for you guys because, you know, there are more complicated ones, and I might have a second part of this in another video where we tackle something more complex. But for you guys, this is a great start, which is kind of from the front, 1-point perspective. It's just very flat. You can see the geometric shapes. Okay, what am I doing here? So I got the shutters. Oh my God, it's not perfect shutters. All right. Okay, next is the roof line of the home. On the back, I don't know what this is called. It's probably an architectural term for it, but it's like a trapezoid shape. You see it kind of angles at the side, and it's flat on the top portion. Here's our roof. I'm not worried about perspective. That can get kind of stressful. I just want you to look at shapes, geometric shapes and forms. Okay, let's see the porch. We got the porch, and then let's see here. Let's draw the front entrance, the door right here. Yep, that's what we're going to draw right here. There's our door. That's a thin door, man. And this one has a window design made up of 4 planes of glass. There's our porch area. Oh, the porch railing goes right here. So how high is that porch railing? Right there. There's our railing. And then behind that, I should have drawn these other porch windows. There's one window here. There's another window right here. And those also have 4 planes of glass. Cute little house. Very cozy. Okay, and then above it has some of these little outside lantern design things here. I'll just draw a circle for each of those, and then I'll draw a little rectangle for each one of those as well, inside, for the lighting fixture. I don't want to get too detailed right away. Now to do the steps in the front, so here's the front of the porch area. Let me take a look here. What is it? Okay, what I'm going to do is just do a series of rectangles, but each one's going to be a little bit wider as they come down. Aha, look at that. So as it gets closer to us, the viewer, the wider the steps are. What do you think about that, guys? Look at that. Aha. Closer, larger, smaller, farther away. Look at that, just a series of rectangles. There's our steps here. Now for the walkway up to the stairs. If you go to the original image or your scene in front of you, just take your pencil and just put it up, close one eye, and look through and see what is the angle of, is it 90 degrees? Is it 45 degrees? And I'm gonna align my pencil to the angle, the way I see the porch walkway, it's almost like 90 degrees. So I'm gonna bring it down here, and that's what I'm gonna draw. There's my, and the other side is a slightly different angle. It's turning up a little bit. It's like angled this direction, more like 45, maybe like 60 degrees. There you go. So there's my walkway up to the building. Here's the backyard area. I'm gonna put in the ground in the background. And then, let's see here, let's put in, there's a brick bottom portion. Most of it's siding, but in the front there's a brick portion. There's some vents. I don't know what this is. There's some open vent area over here, but this area right here, this is brick. So how do we do brick here? So with the brick, you just want to do a series of horizontal lines and then alternate for each row the starting and stopping of the brick, and that gives you that brick pattern. You see that, guys, right there? That little demo that I just showed? Okay. So we're gonna place that in this area. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There you go. There's our brick pattern. Now for the center here, I'm just going to add a detail here. I'm going to put a circle in this, just because I want a circle in this, and just change it up a little bit. And around it, I'm going to draw horizontal lines, and these are the wood siding or the. And then for the roof, the angle of the roof material, whatever it's metal roof, the sections angle in this direction. Almost like there's a point up in the sky, and these are radiating from that, but this is the angle of the roof line right there. I totally forgot about the chimney. Oh my gosh. So the chimney is like a rectangle. Here's my rectangle. And then we already know how to do the brickwork. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 lines. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Alternate the lines. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There's our chimney right there, guys. And on the side, I'm just going to do a trapezoid going backwards. It's a 1-point perspective. Remember that? 1-point perspective. And if you don't get this part correctly, that's no big deal. Just so there's our chimney. There's we didn't really do the gutter, so I'm going to do the gutter here. Extend that out. This roof. There we go. Look at that. And then we have the shutters, which are, they have these horizontal lines. See how loose the drawing is, guys? It's like the point here is to get the overall proportion of the house. And just notice how everything's built up with geometric shapes predominantly, okay? And you guys have studied plants, vegetables, flowers. I can put in, let's see here, put in like a triangular roundish shape for the bushes in the front. There's a rounded oval bush in the front here. There's some mulch area, mulch right there on the other side. Symmetry, got the other side here. Okay, there's a bunch of trees in the back, but we're not going to draw the trees. I just might sketch in some tree-like foliage that's around it just to get an idea of where they are, but we're not going to put a whole lot of detail in those things in the back. And there's some grass area in the front. The brick walkway here, I'm going to do a series of lines kind of radiating out angled towards following the movement of the side of the brick walkway. And these bricks are laid sideways, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then alternate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to give it that brick pattern. 2, 3. And you can use this example, or you can find your own house to draw. Okay? One house. Don't do a city or a town. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, now the second part of this, once you have the pencil done, I want you to take your ink pen and don't be afraid, just give it a shot. I want you to, from what you have, okay, you can refer to the original reference image, but I want you to kind of go back and methodically just kind of take your time to redraw these elements. And it's not about being perfect, but you started with this nice structure, this underlying drawing, and now you can ink it in. You're an inker. And I'm going to just start to loosely draw in with the ink pen. And I'm going to make the outside shape of the chimney a little bit darker. Okay, just the rhythm of lines and we don't have to worry about cross-hatching. We don't have to worry about shading. It's all about lines and geometry, shapes. And what's interesting about these geometric shapes, once you kind of understand it, get a feel for it, you notice that the world can be rendered in so much detail with just basic shapes, and it makes it so much easier to draw. So I'm like I'm scanning through this, not worried about perfection, but I do want to kind of pay attention, you know, like I just don't want to, I want to follow the plan from the original image, the plan from our time drawing this. You might make some mistakes along the way, but that's okay. I want you to just try. That's one of the best things. Go back and redo things, fix things. You know you're kind of learning things when you actually do make mistakes and fix it and you revise it. You see it from many different angles. You've experienced the process and you know how challenging it can be, and you spend time with it. Yeah, those are the things you care about, is the things you spend your time doing. Whether it's video games, your job, your family, your hobbies, you will improve through your hard work and understanding of your subject matter. All right, so now just doing the shutters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now for the windows, I think we're going to just leave those just the way they are. We're going to put in some siding. What's really interesting about drawing is once you start to observe the world around us, you really see things with a fresh set of eyes. You're like, wow, I never really noticed all these little details, the beauty in architecture and nature and animals and human beings, their movements, their anatomy. It's like really helps you with your awareness of how the world is designed, how it moves, the engineering. What do you guys think? Any questions? You can post any questions. You can reach out in Canvas messaging if you have any questions. Gosh, I think it really helps when you don't rush your drawings. It's just sloppy. It's just, it just looks careless. Slow down, make sure you put enough time into it. And do it for yourself. These are, you're an artist and you're creating and building and things you're demonstrating. And these are things from you. Take pride in your work. It's a really satisfying feeling to know that the time you put into a drawing, a project, with the time that you have, that something that exists and lives outside of yourself as well. Other people can appreciate it. They respect the time and effort you put into these things. And I think there's a reward for that kind of attitude. What do you think that is? So you create a quality drawing, quality effort, and express your personality. So the goal is proportion, detail, okay? Uh, Something along the line of detail in this drawing. And you notice the amount of time I'm spending on this. Have patience. And everything is pretty much repetition, a variation of a theme. These are all, majority of this is geometric shapes. So it's in contrast to organic shapes. So there's a balance of organic to geometric shapes. So I can continue. I'm going to finish out this side and then put a little detail in the background and maybe some grass texture, but pretty much I want to focus in on the house. Okay, so try your best and upload, take a picture of this and upload this when you are complete. And oh, one thing, when you're taking a picture of this, don't get in front of the picture and the light source. So if the light source is coming from up and you're standing here and you take a picture with your camera towards your drawing, you're going to show a shadow of yourself on your artwork. So what you want to do is you want to lean it or turn it so that you're not putting a shadow of yourself, of your phone, onto the piece of paper. And sometimes going outside can help with that also. You know, like a cloudy day or a sunny day, you can get a better picture.